We are so excited to be celebrating LeadingAge California's 60th anniversary. And we're so excited to be visiting 60 communities across the state to learn a little bit more about your communities and also to learn a little bit more about the residents who live in your community. We're very excited. We're in week 2 of our filming. So, Darla, I think I'll turn to you just for a moment, Serena, what your roles have been, and also a little bit about Vista Serena.
Vista Serena is one of our housing cooperatives that is in 4 regions. We're a national cooperative organization. I've been with CSI Support and Development for, 27 or 28 years. I'd have to calculate it. We have housing cooperatives in 4 regions. We're in Michigan, Massachusetts, Maryland, and California. We are happy to have 15 communities here in California, which Vista Serena is one of those co-op communities. We're pleased to be a part of this celebration for LeadingAge as a partner of ours for your 60th anniversary, because we're also celebrating an anniversary this year, which is our 75th anniversary of
my goodness.
Housing. So it seems appropriate that we celebrate together because we are partners. Living in a co-op means living in a community that is controlled by the resident members.
Kind of unusual in many people's minds. They don't know a lot about them. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what drew you to the community.
I had a friend that lived here, and a friend that I'd known for a good many years. And I had been living with my daughter in a couple of hours away in Long Beach. And it was time for me to start looking for my own place. And although I enjoyed very much taking care of my family, and I did that for 3.5 years, but I needed to start, looking for my own place. And I had a friend who lived here, and he told me about it. And it's probably the most wonderful thing that's happened to me in my later years. And I've been here just in June. I'll be here 6 years. It's a small community. We have 60 garden apartments in beautiful Palm Springs, California. And we're all 62 years of age and up. And before the pandemic, it's been a little bit different for the last year. But before the pandemic, we were a family. We have a family atmosphere here, and we have do things together, and it's just been I've just enjoyed living here so much and been so happy here.
When you say you're like a family, tell me a little bit about what does a week look like in the community?
Well, I really enjoy to be able, and my son lives in the same distance away. And so it brings me joy to go spend weekends there with them and staying active.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
In July of 1961, I came to the United States.
Oh, my goodness.
I was not born here, but I came to the United States. I married and lived in Maryland for the first 3.5 years that I lived here. I was a newlywed and...
oh my goodness. Well, what a life. Newfoundland's such a small, it's a big country, but a small population there.
Very young, where more seniors have a place to live and to feel comfortable and to feel safe, especially low income seniors such as myself, who are on fixed incomes. And this is the most well, except when I had my own place. I lived in Florida and I had my own place in Florida for 15 years. Being able to live in California, I didn't think I'd ever be able to live on my own, to live alone in California. I never ever thought that I would ever be able to afford a place like this. And I would hope that in 10 years that I'm still here and that there's a lot more of these co-ops that give more seniors an opportunity to live in a safe environment and comfortable, and not have to worry about being priced out of their apartment or their home.
Yeah, I was part of the Master Plan for Aging development, which you may or may not have heard about at the state level. It was rolled out in January of this year. And one of the most important elements of our discussions were really just what you said. People want to have a place they can call their own, and they want to live in a community that's livable and works for them. And everybody's got a little bit different circumstance. And the co-op model is such a great model for many, many individuals, I think, across the state and across the country, as you know, based on where you're located. So. Right. Well, so wonderful that you found a place that you're settled in and that has suited you so well. Yes.
I'm very happy here.
And Darla, let me ask you, what are your hopes for the next 10 years out for the many communities that you have across the state?
Well, one of our goals is to expand affordable housing for seniors, which is difficult to do these days, as you know, with limited funding, which is the reason we partnership with LeadingAge to help us fight on the Hill to get more funding for affordable housing for seniors. I love working with the seniors in our communities and watching them grow. And I would just love to see more of our seniors have the ability to participate in the management of where they live and make the decisions where they live. Because over my experience with CSI over the years and working with the various communities is the members that live in the communities really do know what is best for their community, and they take extreme pride in planning and preparing their budgets from picking the carpets to the paint on the walls to the furniture, and it just really is a sense of pride and ownership for them in their communities. So I love working with that. I like to see the growth, and I hope to continue to see the growth. Loretta was talking about her rebellious side.
And thank you, Loretta, for sharing your story. Whoa, what a great story. We've learned so much on these calls.